This is not a scene from a Hindi film. This is an actual raid being conducted by the Uttar Pradesh Police Department on a few hotels where some illegal activity was suspected. For a part of the operation, the department authorities allowed our camera team to accompany the raiding officers.
The last 3-4 years, Uttar Pradesh Police has made significant improvements in its working. I think the first thing that I would like to mention is the 1090 Power Helpline.
This is the Office of Women Helpline, an initiative of the Akhilesh Yadav government. The Women Power Line 1090 is an initiative that has been put into operation in each and every district of the state of Uttar Pradesh. This innovative idea has been extremely effective in improving the condition of women's safety in the state. A state where, not so long ago, safety for women was almost non-existent. The 1090 Helpline initiative has become a model that has been thereafter adopted by other states in India as well. Let's now find out how effective this has been in the last few years ever since it has been put into practice.
वुमेन पावर लाइन यानी 1090 एक बहुत अच्छी टेलीकॉलिंग है जहां पर अगर लेडीज़ को गर्ल्स को कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम होती है, वो चाहे घरेलू हिंसा हो या ही बाहर चलते वक्त किसी ने छेड़छाड़ भी कर दी हो, तब भी वो एक कॉल करेंगी, तुरंत उन्हें ट्रेस किया जाएगा. जो भी बहुत ही दुष्ट से लड़के हैं यहाँ पर लखनऊ में, इवन ऑल यूपी की बात करें जहाँ हर कहीं पे हैं, अभी भी भले कितनी भी स्टडी की हो बट उनका उतना ओपन माइंड नहीं है.
Most importantly, girls throughout the state feel safer going to college every day with the coming of this helpline. It was on the 15th of November 2012, soon after taking office, that the Chief Minister Mr. Akhilesh Yadav started the 1090 Women Power Line in Uttar Pradesh. The objective was to relieve the young women folk of the state from the nuisance of fake MMSs, vulgar SMSs, crank calls on the one hand and the menace of eve teasers and stalkers on the other. The modus operandi of the helpline was five-fold. 1. The identity of the complainant would be kept secret. 2. No complainant would be asked to come to the police station. 3. All complaints would be heard by a lady police officer only. 4. Till the case is closed or concluded, the police will be in touch with the complainant via the power line. 5. The power line will have just one number, that is 1090, valid throughout the state of Uttar Pradesh. Between the 15th of November 2012 and the 30th of December 2015, with the help of the Women Power Line, 4,58,000 cases were filed. 2. 4,47,000 cases were solved and closed, and the criminals in each of those were brought to justice. 3. Crank calling, eve teasing, stalking and harassment on the social media, domestic violence are some of the many kinds of complaints that were included in this service. 4. From the 15th of June 2014, the services of the 1090 helpline have been extended to complaints of stalking and harassment on Facebook, Twitter and all other social media websites. 5. 7,733 complaints dealing with social media harassment and stalking have been addressed to, solved and closed till date. Efforts are on to make the helpline available to even the rural folk living in the remote areas of the state. Capacity at the call line center located in the state headquarters is slated to be doubled with the government sanctioning an additional investment of 5 crores of rupees. With this, the number of personnel in each center would go up from 60 to 120. In order to make this service even more effective, the Women's Security app has also been introduced. And the results of this app in improving women's security in Uttar Pradesh have already begun to show. There was no security service whatsoever dedicated to women folk of Uttar Pradesh before this, which guaranteed immediate action on any complaint registered. The women of Uttar Pradesh feel much safer going about their daily business today than they did few years ago. This service has also resulted in giving confidence to the women folk of Uttar Pradesh to break their silence against crimes committed against them. Women in Uttar Pradesh do not feel shy or scared of approaching the police now for help. And this is largely due to the 1090 PA line. After the success this service met with in Uttar Pradesh, the officers involved with its implementation have been contacted by various other state governments to help them put into place similar services in their states as well. In order to get a better understanding of the 1090 Women Helpline in Uttar Pradesh, our team spoke to Mr. Navneet Sekera, the Inspector General of Police, Women PA Line, Uttar Pradesh.
If we look at the crime records from the National Crime Record Bureau, 92% heinous offense against the women, they do happen at homes. And from some independent NGOs, the survey says that only 2% offenders in heinous offenses are unknown to the victims. Meaning by 98% offenders are known to the victims. So where is the problem? Problem is not primarily on the roads. The basic primary problem is within the homes. And why it is so? It is so because we train our girls to be, regimented. We train our girls to ignore the things. We train our girls to tolerate the things. And if we keep doing the same thing for 20 years, what would happen to a girl, young girl? Her mind is regimented and she is trained not to speak up. So where is the solution? Solution lies in the fact that we make her speaking up. She has to speak up. And this is exactly what we are doing here at Women Power Line. So what we do, we listen to the problem, we solve the problem, and we sustain the problem. And these three things together makes W, and W stands for Women Power Line. That is exactly what we are doing here.
The basic problem girls and women have with going to the police station is the stigma attached to it. The Women Power Line takes care of this problem completely. The identity of the girl is kept secret and the girls are never asked to come to the police station. With just one call, the system comes to the aid of the victim.
So the paradigm has shifted. Now, it's not the woman approaching to the police, it's the government approaching to the victim. It's a beautiful thing to do. The primary difference between all the police helpline and the women power line is in name. The other helplines are the system where somebody has to make a phone call and then they will go in a typical way of registering the FIR, then going to the court, which is a very lengthy process. Our aim is very different. We call it Women Power Line. Meaning by our objective is not to help a woman. Our objective is to empower her forever. Once you empower a woman, she is empowered for life. We are going to the schools, we are going to the colleges, we are having the seminars with them with the one point, speak up, don't tolerate any nonsense, speak up. So this is the major shift from the traditional policing to the women power line kind of policing.
Uttar Pradesh is the largest state in the country in terms of population, with 220 million people living in it. Despite its size and population, the Women Power Line is able to connect the people living in the remotest corners of the state with the police control rooms immediately so that help can be sent to the victims in the shortest possible time. And the police department does not stop at that. It stays in touch with the victim for 2 years after the complaint has been attended to.
In the last 3 years, we have been able to resolve more than 500,000 cases, which is enormous, humongous. If you go to Delhi, almost 20,000, 25,000 complaints a year. Go to Maharashtra, there are around 40,000 complaints a year. Come back to Uttar Pradesh, more than 200,000 complaints a year. And now with the expansion of this facility, we believe we would be registering, we would be receiving at least 500,000 complaints a year. And it's not the peak. It would go up, go up, go up. And finally, we will touch a peak sometime, and then it will start declining. And the day it starts declining, we will consider that we have succeeded in our mission. You would be wondered to know that we are making 200,000 girls special police officers, which we have coined beautiful name, Women Power Angels. So 200,000 girls, school, college going girls, would be the special police officers by the end of August. And these girls would have eye on all the kinds of harassment in their vicinity or any other place. If they see anything, they will report us here. So this is how our penetration would go from the urban areas to the rural areas to the extreme rural areas where police hasn't reached yet.
Shakti. This is the name of the Women Power Line app that is about to introduce its new, more powerful version. This would enable users to access the application even in travel mode. With this upgrade, women in the state no longer need to be anxious of travelling during the night time. With just a touch on the mobile screen, the police will be able to track the person and send help if required immediately from the nearest station.
It's a very beautiful technology, and we hope to launch it by the month of August. Women Power Line is one of the dream projects of our Honorable Chief Minister Shri Akhilesh Yadav ji. It is his vision that we have been able to come here with this world-class facility. If it is there, it is because of our Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav ji. He sees each and everything, he monitors each and everything, and he every weekly, every fortnightly, he keeps checking the updates, what is the progress in the system, where is the problem, how to patch that problem. So we are very fortunate to have Chief Minister like Mr. Akhilesh Yadav, who is young and who has seen the world. And that is why, because of his vision, we have been able to make the world-class things here in Lucknow, in Uttar Pradesh. Women Power Line is to empower you. So all of us are here to empower you. And we have to do it, and we will do it.
The Women Power Line is just the beginning. Mr. Akhilesh Yadav's government has taken a whole lot of very significant measures to reform, upgrade and fine-tune the workings of the state's police department. Today, the Uttar Pradesh Police is an extremely efficient department, working with state-of-the-art technology and equipment to assist it nab the wiliest of criminals and mischief mongers. The state government's aim is to 1. Equip the entire police force with the latest technology for fighting crime, and 2. Remove any shortage whatsoever in the availability of necessary equipment for the police officers and constables anywhere in the state. The Smart City Surveillance project has been implemented in 12 cities. 406 CCTV cameras installed in sensitive locations in the state. An additional 2,800 four-wheelers and 2,400 two-wheelers already provided to the state police. Not just that, in order to enhance coordination between all the districts of the state, a master control room is being established in Lucknow for the 100 helpline. A huge facility spread over 8 acres in Gomti Nagar, Lucknow is under development that will house one of the most modern police control centers. With the help of this facility, any query or complaint of any kind whatsoever from anywhere in the state could be attended to and dealt with in record time. 4,800 police vehicles connected to the police control room through GPRS. Police to arrive within 15 minutes on 100 helpline calls. UP Police Master Coordination Center program is projected to be the largest of its kind in the world. Under the Akhilesh Yadav government, the police department employed all its resources in nabbing and neutralizing the big lawbreakers operating in the state. 1,271 and 1,790 proclaimed offenders arrested in 2014 and 2015 respectively. 21 and 44 bounty-carrying criminals killed in self-defense in 2014 and 2015 respectively. The Akhilesh Yadav government also took initiatives to reform the Special Task Force or the STF of the police department in the state. The STF has 1. Neutralized the most dreaded gangsters in the state. 2. Brought to justice criminals carrying a bounty on their heads. 3. Nabbed kidnappers. 4. Broken the syndicates of the organized mafia in the state. 5. Brought to justice drug peddlers. 6. Nabbed highway robbers. 7. Nabbed cyber criminals. 8. Brought to justice the movers of counterfeit currency notes. Apart from neutralizing a whole lot of regular fraudsters and mischief mongers. The Akhilesh Yadav government is getting another high security modern facility equipped with state-of-the-art police defense and intelligence technology constructed in the state. This facility will not just provide for the state of Uttar Pradesh but also various other intelligence agencies nationwide. It is due to the police reforms brought about in the state under the Akhilesh Yadav government that today, the crime rate in Uttar Pradesh is less than the neighbouring states of Delhi and Madhya Pradesh. For a better understanding of the vision and strategies driving the process of police reforms in Uttar Pradesh, our team spoke to Mr. Javeed Ahmed, the Director General of Police, Uttar Pradesh.
The police department in Uttar Pradesh is about 2 lakh persons strong. It includes the PAC, which is the armed police of the state, and also the civil police. We have 1500 police stations in all in UP, and by any account it is the biggest police force in India, and some people also say that probably it is the biggest force in the whole world under one single command. We have launched the Dial 100 program. This is I would say that this is the biggest emergency response system in the world. This is targeted to be launched on the 2nd of October, that is 3 months from now. We will be deploying more than 4,000 vehicles across the state of Uttar Pradesh. Almost 30 to 35% of FIRs that are registered are against unknown persons. For example, there is a car theft or a motorcycle theft, or someone has stolen your mobile phone or whatever. Instead of going to the Thana to register your complaint, now you can sit at home and access the UP Police website, and sitting at home you can get your case registered. The network of forensic science laboratories in the state of Uttar Pradesh is being expanded. 4 labs are functioning as on date. This includes the Lucknow lab, which has DNA testing facility, narco analysis facility, lie detector facility, and every other facility that is required for mobile forensics. We have mobile forensic labs which are now given to all the districts. The plan is to add 4 more forensic science labs in the next 1 to 2 years. Besides this, the anti-human traffic units that have been set up are also doing great work. We have been able to rescue very large number of children who have been either lost or have run away from their homes, or have been sought to be trafficked by unscrupulous and criminal elements. I think through this exercise and what is known as Operation Smile, we have been able to give back joy and happiness to many families across the state of Uttar Pradesh and also beyond the state of Uttar Pradesh. We have identified the more dangerous and hazardous criminals of the state, and I am happy to tell you that almost 65 to 70% of them are now behind bars, and because of that, a large number of incidents of murder for money or for contract killing and for kidnapping, they have been controlled. We have been able to prevent and reduce the number of such events. The improvements that have taken place in the last 4 to 5 years in the UP police have been very largely because of the enthusiasm and support of the Honorable CM Shri Akhilesh Yadav ji. He has been very, very supportive. He has been very, very encouraging. Dial 100 is a pet project of the Honorable CM. He has been personally monitoring it, and he has been making sure that every facility and every opportunity is given to Dial 100 to start rolling out in October. The Honorable CM has sanctioned the start of the integrated traffic management system, the ITMS as it is called, in 12 cities of Uttar Pradesh. I think by October, November this will also be rolling out, and it will improve the traffic management of the 12 cities. We are improving our cyber crime capabilities. 2 cyber crime police stations have been sanctioned, and they should be in place in the next 3 weeks or 3 to 4 weeks. A large number of cases of cyber crime are happening, as we all know, and it is time that UP police develops capability which is as good as any other in the country to deal with it. We are also increasing our strength to match the requirements of modern day policing. 35,000 constables are already being trained, and they should be joining the police force in the next 2 to 3 months. Another 35,000 are being recruited. They will join the police force by the end of this year, December. 3,000 more sub-inspectors are being recruited to add to the teeth of the UP police. 19,000 more sub-inspector posts have been created, and about 3,000 more inspector posts have been created. All these will increase the efficiency and performance and delivery of the UP police. UP police is committed to making UP safe for all its citizens, including women, and UP police will strive to make UP a destination for all good people to come, including industrialists who want to invest in this state, and want to make sure that dealing with UP police is always a pleasant experience in the years to come.